All right. Which insurance agencies do you work with?
Insurance agencies. So there's a difference between insurance agency and insurance company, right? We don't work with insurance agencies. That's your salesmen, that are selling out there, selling policies, right? We work directly with insurance companies, and we work with all insurance companies. One of the things that we found out very early on is that the relationship between contractor and insurance company is adversarial by nature, right? Contractor wants to be paid as much money as possible, as fast as possible. Carriers by nature want to pay as little as possible, as slowly as possible. That's just the way that it is. And so we understand that this relationship is adversarial, and OCS works very hard. We understand contractors are in business. They want to be in business for the long run. They don't want to be put out of business. OCS likewise wants to be in business for the long run, right? The long haul, we're here for it. And so the way to do that is to try to build and establish relationships with carriers. Typically, it's adjusters at the carrier. And we have been very successful at doing just that. There are many carriers that we work very, very well with, where we have certain contacts there where we call them up. We know them personally, through years and constant phone calls, where, we know about weddings and babies coming and those types of things. And so we're able to work well with those types of adjusters. And, as everybody also knows, there are certain adjusters at every insurance company as well that, they're just mean humans and grumpy, and will always be mean and grumpy. And their whole primary objective in life is to pay as little as possible, as slowly as possible. There will always be those. And there's ways for OCS to handle those types of adjusters, and we know which ones they are. We've kept very documented records for every claim that we've ever processed from day one of this company. We can go back and look at that. We keep notes on every adjuster, what their hot buttons are. We're able to recognize trends very quickly at each company so that we know how to most efficiently work with those companies in order to process these claims too. So yes, we have thousands and thousands and thousands of claims worth of history and experience working with every single insurance company.
Yeah, and I would add, I think that insurance carriers and even adjusters, I think they're all have a job to do, right? And so the outliers, I think, are the ones that are just mean, but I don't think that that's their intent. But there are them. All of us who are probably listening to this podcast can think of one in our head, but I do think that they're the outliers. I think ultimately they're trying to accomplish their job. Some may be ignorant to what's owed, some may be trained improperly to what's owed. We overcome both of those scenarios, and then ultimately our goal is to get relationships that will both benefit us and the carrier in terms of speed, right? I do think adjusters need these off their desks. They got to get them processed. We are more than willing and happy to get that initiative flowing at the adjuster level as well, because we want speed as well. So
absolutely.